AEFs. Happy spring. Like, listen to the birds. So nice. Look at my trees. Here they come. This is always my last tree to blossom, and it's starting, like literally in the last 2 days. Pecan trees are the first to lose their leaves and the last to get them, but we're almost there. It's magic. Okay, a couple of things. I hope that you watched the double date episode that Tyler and I recorded with Glennon and Abby over at We Can Do Hard Things. It came out last week. Lord, on cue. It's spring. It's spring. We're in yards. So funny, like recording that episode. So Glennon had reached out to me and said, okay, are you ready? Are you and Tyler ready? Can you do the double date series? Is it too soon? Like, do I need to ask you in 6 months? And I was like, let me ask Tyler first. He's a little bit more private than me in terms of like personal life stuff. You know me, I'm like a complete open book to my community. That's just how I am. It's not a thing I'm doing. It's just how I am. And so I don't, I have thin spaces, right, where I feel like I can't talk to you about whatever I want to talk to you about, but he's a little bit more private. And I was like, hey guy, so like, how would you feel about this? Don't worry about it. Like, Glennon and Abby's podcast is only like one of the most downloaded podcasts in the zeitgeist right now, but like, no big deal, right? Like, cool. So do you want to do this? Yes or no? And we laughed because like we kind of went from being pretty like private or heated. Poor thing can never be private really with me. To being like, do you want to have this like coming out debut party over with Glenn and Abby? So you guys, the night before we recorded, because I did a solo episode with them first, which is also a great episode, and we're recording a follow-up on that one too. And then we had like a 15-minute gap, and then it was me and Tyler. And so the night before we were on the phone, you know, he lives in Nashville and I live here in Austin. And so the majority of our relationship's kind of long distance. And so we were on the phone the night before, and I was like, let's have a business meeting. Let's have a business meeting about our podcast tomorrow. Like, what are we going to say? What are we not going to say? What are the guardrails? Because I'm aware of my tendency to just blow right through them. And so anyway, we had like a whole meeting on the phone the night before, and we were just laughing so hard, like, be cool. I'm like, you be cool. And so it was really, really cute though. And if you haven't already seen it, I want you to go back and watch it, because at the end, and this is very Tyler, like he had asked Abby and Glennon, like, what's your favorite thing about each other? Which is sweet. Like, he's like that. And then they sort of turned it around and were like, what's y'all's favorite thing about each other? And Tyler said the sweetest speech, essentially. And I wish you could have seen the video of it, because it's just audio recorded, but like all three of us, Abby and Glennon plus Jen Hatmaker, we're all just like, our mouths are kind of hanging open. We're all leaning forward. It was the dearest, kindest, sweetest thing I think anybody has ever said to me or about me. And so y'all go back and pick that up. And I'm like, so we're having like the postmortem afterwards, because I can't remember anything we said. Nothing. Like, we were trying, right before the episode came out, we were like, what did we say? I'm like, I don't know. I don't remember. It is a fog. I think you were sweet. I think I gave you a little bit of like grief over some gold roses. Like, I don't remember, Tyler. And so when I went back and listened to it and it came out, I was like, oh, that's so dear. And I told him, I'm like, you win. Like, you're the winner. You're the winner of the episode. And now everybody has a crush on you. So that backfired. But anyway, it's the most darling thing. And he is. And I'm recording this just a hair early, email friends. So by the time you get this, he'll be here. He's here this week and all this weekend. And we have so many fun things. We're doing so many fun things. We're having a huge dinner with my supper club, all vegetarian, which is cute. We're going to see Gavin DeGraw in concert. We are sending Ben Hatmaker and his friend squad off to prom, which is the cutest thing. If you've never seen a bunch of seniors in all their fancy outfits taking pictures in your yard, you haven't lived yet. And so we have pizza night with my best friends. It's packed. So I'm so excited he's coming. So I'm basically just doing whatever this week until he gets here. I'm just like biding my time. Anyway, you all go back and watch that. Anyway, I love having you. I love my email friends. I love all my EFs. I love sending you little just videos between us every week. Thanks for listening to my rambling. And if y'all haven't already followed Tyler, go follow him. He's really great to follow. And if you haven't read his book, I cannot say enough. It's called I Take My Coffee Black, and it's amazing. And we were on the phone last night, in fact, you guys, at 1 in the morning. I don't even know. And I was like, I'm so glad that you wrote a good book, because if your book was crap, this would be really hard. And like, thank you for being a good writer and like being smart. He's like, you're welcome. So anyway, I can recommend his stuff wholeheartedly. That's it, you guys. Have a great weekend.